Hey guys, so here's my quick summary report for the Iraqi dinar. And Sandman is going to be over there for at least another 6 months. And he sent us stuff. It seems like the dollar's under pressure after retreating a 3-month high. They have been repatriating their dollars, sending them back. They have been selling US dollars over the months. If you look at my other summaries, you'll see they've been selling a lot of them. So, they've been negotiating as for the withdrawal of the U.S. forces. Like I said, Mr. Sandman 1 and 2 are part of a coalition forces. They've been in a lot of meetings about withdrawing. So, guys, that's good for us. A lot of the articles, they're trying to play nice with Iran. Also, everybody else is saying 132 tons. They're talking about gold, how much gold they have in their reserves. They have a ton of gold, Iraq does, in the central bank. So it's very interesting what's going on and the timing. And so I wanted to bring you this summary too, because Sandy Ingram is saying the CBI must carefully manage the timing of revaluation. Iraq has over 100 billion in foreign currency reserves. The IMF has continually said Iraq needs more income streams to offset the oil industry. Yep. The development road project and several other manufacturing projects are all a part of increasing Iraq's income streams. And the development road project is China's project. And there's a lot of people investing in Iraq because obviously they're looking for a good return. Mark Z said via PDK, there was an article, Central Bank of Iraq is facilitating transfers. This has to do with the electronic platforms, the claim that they made by government officials that Iraq has the most modern system in the entire Middle East. This is big. It means that government officials will not be able to embezzle, etc. The system will be very transparent. You know, I've been saying this over and over again. Their new financial system is transparent and safe and can see everything, and it's non-hackable. What does that sound like? Comment down below if you know. It's guys, I hope you will join my channel and subscribe and tap the bell. I offer my own perspective. Anyways, this is the key part before they revalue their currencies. Yes, of course. And Pimpy said, I already said this about the World Trade Organization. There is no certain exchange rate that you must have to get to be into the World Trade Organization. That's his perspective. What they're looking for is an exchange rate that's very stable. Although in his opinion, in Pimpy's opinion, he's pretty sure they would prefer it if you don't have so many zeros. That's funny, Pimpy. Thank you. Claire says an article, the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq receives a delegation from the World Bank. Separate article, quote, the World Bank confirmed on Wednesday that the infrastructure for electronic payment systems in Iraq is the best in the region. The electronic payment systems. Blockchain is what the good Lord woke me up and said. Blockchain. We're all going digital, guys. Get used to it. Most of us here in the U.S. are already digital. If you think about it, all your direct deposits, just think about it, but don't let it scare you, okay? No matter what happens, God has given me a way out. That my Miracle Manifestation members, you get a bi-monthly Zoom. You also have 18 hours worth of content you can look at once you figure out where to find them. We're doing 3 to 4 group Zooms a month about freedom strategies for foreign currency exchange. So if you want that, the next one's Friday at 1 or Saturday at 4. So Issa's helping me with that. That's the only reason why I could do the groups, because it's a lot of work. But you could subscribe, tap the bell, join us on Coffee and Conversation. We do margaritas and mysteries a couple times a week. Coffee and Conversation every morning, 7 days a week. If you want that kind of information, I bring you fresh words from God every morning too about this wealth transfer. You can subscribe and tap the bell, and I'll see you on a live. You have to be subscribed for 3 weeks to get into the live chat and ask a question. That's just what we've had to do as we've grown. Intel Guru Frank 26, I email them from time to time and give them an update on what's going on. He said, there's been a lot of speculation on the foreign currencies and when they're going to revalue. He said, he never said it was a scam. He looked at me and grinned. He said, we will be in touch with you. Okay, wait, I have to go to part 1. Let's back up. Sorry. I hate it when they do this. I like things in a certain order. I'm very orderly when it comes to numbers and stuff. Frank 26, Fort Worth Chase Bank story. Bank visitor. I went to one of the largest, everybody loves a bank story, right? I went to one of the largest Chase banks in Dallas. The bank is different than I've ever seen. It has 2 stories. Upstairs, there was as many windows as you could see into. Frank, a lot of banks are metamorphosizing their environment in order to be part of the exchange process. Bank visitor. I go and sit down, and within 5 minutes, this private banker, who, by the way, is vice president on his card, comes over and greets me. I said, I have a large amount of foreign currency, and can you let me know when you will be able to exchange this currency? I didn't say dinar. I said, I know we're getting close, with Chase being the #1 bank in Iraq. He looked at me and grinned, and he said, I got a couple other clients just like you. Okay, that was part 1. Now here's part 2. I email them from time to time and give them an update on what's going on. He said, there's been a lot of speculation on the foreign currencies and when they're going to revalue. He never said it was a scam. He looked at me and grinned. He said, we will be in touch with you. Then I said to him, let me ask you something. Nothing against your other locations, but how come they haven't treated me this way? They know who I am. I go there all the time. He said, this particular site is set up to help customers like you, he said. We are directly tied to JP Morgan in New York. This is how we operate this site. You get that feeling when you sit in front of these people and that something's going on now, and they may not be able to tell you all of it, but they know who has what. It's a bigger bank tied in with JP Morgan out of New York, which is where a lot of these banks are headquartered, which I also talk about on my channel because I used to be an auditor with Pricewaterhouse. I understand the public entities and how they work. And I've audited a bank and I dated a branch manager for 5 years. So I've got a lot of insight into this stuff from the banking perspective and the exchange perspective. And that's the unique part I bring. And to get you to, through, and after. Okay, because we're studying the sudden wealth book. It's normal to be afraid when you're going to come into a lot of wealth, but we're going to help you keep it. Rayren said 3-letter guys are indicating that the dinar rate is still set for 481. Yes, but may temporarily introduce lower. They were watching the clock. Guys, I've been decreeing and declaring because it will be done for you as you have believed, and the power of your words is very powerful, especially when you're as close to God as I am. So I've been decreeing and declaring at least 468 or 486. They're saying 481. So it's amazing how good God is. Mark Z says, via PDK, Vietnam pushes the U.S. to grant them market economy status. This is about the Vietnamese dong. A lot of people have that. Guys, my strategies work whether you have dinar, dong, or any of them. If they go in a basket or they go one at a time, my strategies are general enough to suit those needs. Vietnam pushes the U.S. to grant them market economy status. And Mark said this could lead to an increase in the value of the Vietnamese dong. The U.S. State Department has called upon Vietnam to raise the value of their currency. Guru Claire, another article, approaching official Sudanese advisors reveal steps to reduce exchange rates in the parallel market. Quote, he stressed that there is a clear trend in encouraging beginnings in which the parallel market has begun to approach the official exchange market. I mean, it just, and then Mark Z said, as if it's not the cream on top. I have had so many people in the banking world tell me this is our month. Nobody knows the timing, but my gut is streaming there spot on. I think we are in our last few weeks or days. I agree with you, Mark. Thank you for pointing that out. And Pimpy believes Vietnam is much further along as far as their economy is, them not being under any kind of sanctions. That's his perspective, and I appreciate his perspective. Frank26 says, if I was a CBI, I would tell all my children that I'm going to give them pictures of new small category notes that are about to come out. If I was a CBI, I would not give them the exchange rate and the new currency together. That's the last thing we need is confusion. If I was a CBI, last Tuesday and Friday, I would have told all my children, all my banks that within the next week or so to be prepared. If I was the CBI, I would say the next phase in the monetary reform is to make sure everybody outside of Iraq understands that we are about to retrieve our 3-0 notes. Iraq citizens are already being told to do this. So I love how Frank does it. He's funny. And then there's Militia Man. I love his aspect too. Article quote, Iraq is better off now than ever in its financial history, even at a program rate, even at where we've been and what we've seen. The central bank has probably done the job that they said they were going to do. Bottom line is Iraq has reserves, gold, more natural resources found, probably proven, or probably, which is hope. Right? It's huge, he actually said. He didn't say hope, he said huge. So, guys, it's all good. I mean, just Iraq is perfectly positioned for an RV. We just don't know when they're going to do it. And I like that I have a unique source that's right on the ground. Also, the external transfers have slowed down just because they've already sent a lot. Look at my other summaries. They've been transferring a lot of US dollars out, selling them out and transferring them out. Turkey agreed to open offices to follow up on the implementation of the development road. Guys, the development road is going full force. So there's a lot of good news, and I brought a lot of details in my live stream this morning. I'll put that down below if you want to see what a detailed summary looks like and what we do every morning. Sandman gets on every morning and we talk about this. So if you want to join us, that'd be great. So God bless. Have a great day. Please comment down below if you love this summary. I did not do one yesterday, but please comment down below if you want me to keep doing this. I try to do this every day, but just as time permits. God bless. Bye.